how to make chicken fried rice on your new Blackstone griddle. Welcome back everyone. In this video we'll do the whole cook straight through for beginners who've maybe never made chicken fried rice on their griddle. I did move the speed to double time so you don't have to just watch chicken sitting there forever. But for reference, it took me about 20 minutes in real time to do this whole cook. Alright, let's turn our backyard into a poor man's Benihana. So that was some avocado oil I put down first, and now we have about 1 pound of chicken tenders going down that I marinated in Bonchon's Japanese barbecue sauce. You could use thighs, breast, or tenders. I like the thighs because they're cheaper, but my wife prefers tenders, so we went with tenders. Just cut them up into little pieces about 1/2 inch thick. The Bonchon's is basically like a teriyaki sauce, so you could use teriyaki as well. Griddle is between 375 to 400 degrees. That's around 10 minutes preheated on medium for me, but I always check with my 2-in-1 ThermoPro thermometer. I like it because you can get the surface temperature of the griddle and use the probe to get the temperature of your meat later. Then we'll go ahead and salt and pepper each piece of chicken. I could have done this earlier before I put it on the griddle, but I just forgot. So here we are. Double check the temp, make sure it did not drop too much from the chicken going down on the griddle, and it didn't. It's still holding where I want it. And we'll just make sure the whole griddle is covered with oil so we're ready for the rice. And honestly, I just think it looks better for the camera, so I'm doing this for you guys. Let's start flipping the chicken. It's been about 3.5 minutes in real time. They got a good color on them from the sauce. Tongs might have been a better tool for this job, but I'm a lazy griddler and I just wanted to have the 2 spatulas out there for the old 2 spatula flip later. I purposely tried to spread the chicken out when putting it down so every piece had room, it could get some nice color on it, and now I make sure I'll flip each one individually so they cook all the way through. The chicken on the right side or the top of your screen was a little darker, so I turned that burner down to low. I'm also going to be storing the chicken and veggies up there to stay warm, so that's another reason I kind of turned that top burner down. Then we'll go ahead and clean off these spatulas and let the chicken cook for a little more. Now some of the bigger pieces I flipped to their side just to cook the areas that still look pink because I didn't cut these tenders perfectly. Then I moved all the chicken to the corner. It really was only about 1.5 minutes on the second side. It's definitely not done, but it's going to continue to cook, so I don't want to cook it too much right now because it's just going to be sitting there continuing to cook. A little more oil than 1.5 cups of frozen peas and carrots in a red Solo cup, 3 trimmed green onions, and a pad of butter. I had someone in my last fried rice video say I wasn't a real chef for using frozen vegetables. I'm like, dude, I'm prepping food in a Solo cup while I drink beer and make dinner for my family. What in the world made you think I care about being a real chef? It ain't gourmet, it's just griddling, buddy. I'm not trying to get a couple Michelin stars for my back patio. After you mix the veggies and butter together, I go ahead and add some more salt and pepper. I kind of just salt and pepper everything as I go. That's just how I do it. A little more oil, then 2 cloves of garlic diced up. Come back here, oil. Then we'll go ahead and let it sit for about 1 minute, the garlic, before we mix it in with the veggies. Now we'll mix it in, get it all tossed really well, make sure everybody's coated with garlic and cooking up fine, and then after that I'm going to push those veggies over by the chicken to stay warm. The veggies were down for about 3 minutes total before I moved them over. Another pat of butter is going down now. If you're looking for healthy fried rice on the griddle, I hate to break it to you, but you are in the wrong spot. Then we'll go ahead and grab the jasmine rice, which I cooked the night before, and put in the fridge on a cookie sheet. Flip her right on the griddle here, and you'll see me actually just completely turn off the outside burner where the veggies and chicken is sitting now. It's just a warming zone. I don't want them to cook too much. Start chopping up this rice. This is 2 cups of uncooked jasmine rice, which makes 6 cups when it is cooked. For cooking it, I just follow the instructions on the bag exactly. Different rices do different amounts of water, and so I just follow the bag. I assume they've made it thousands of times before they started selling this product. I used to just do 2 to 1. I was always told 2 parts water to 1 part rice, and that doesn't work out because, for example, this jasmine rice did 1 1/4 cup water for 1 cup rice. So that's just my thing. I follow the bag. Again, recipes in the description for the full recipe to this, or if you want all 101 of my everyday griddle recipes for only $15, my ebook is on your screen now. After I get all the big clumps broken up, I will spread the rice out and make sure it is all touching the griddle and cooking in that delicious, delicious butter. A little more salt and pepper coming directly onto the rice. Probably would be easier if you just had like a salt and pepper combined in a shaker or an all-purpose seasoning or something like that, but whatever, here we are. Then I'll go ahead and take the peas and carrots and chicken, and I'm going to put them on top of the rice. They've cooked long enough, no need to overdo it. They'll stay warm on top of the rice, but they're not really touching the griddle, so hopefully they don't dry out the chicken. Clean off the spatulas, and then I will start flipping the rice. I want to try to get both sides to spend some time with direct contact on the griddle and fry up. Then we're going to make a little well in the middle of the rice. Check the temperature. It's right around 300, which is perfect for our eggs, which are going to go into this well. It's not too hot. They're not going to burn. So the rice dropped the temperature down from being on the griddle, and that's actually right where I want it to be. Third pat of butter going down. Hey-o, now we're living good. I used to do the eggs early, like hibachi restaurants, but I didn't like that method. I just had to kind of store them on the side and they kept cooking, and I like this a lot better now. So it's just my personal preference, but I would recommend this method. Here comes 3 eggs, which I already scrambled up. There's a lot of prep with this recipe, but if you're diligent and you do it all, it's going to help you out later when everything's moving on the griddle and you got a lot going on. And you can see that everything is now contained by the rice. It doesn't go all over your griddle or slide into the grease catch. That's why I really like the well, because it contains the eggs and it lowers the temperature of your griddle. Salt and pepper the eggs. I didn't even let them sit for more than 40 to 45 seconds before I started pulling them, and you can see the eggs have set up a little bit. And they were doing really good, so I just went ahead and started mixing all the rice and everything together. The eggs will finish cooking. Don't worry about them. I mean, they're still going to be touching the griddle on the hot rice and cooking, and just, mix everything together. You just give it all a good mix. Again, we got the 2 spatulas out. This is just living the best griddle life we can possibly live. We'll pour the soy sauce on, and it's supposed to be 4 tablespoons. I accidentally spilled some. It looks like I killed a squid on my back patio. So this doesn't get as dark as I would like because I lost some of the soy sauce, but that's okay. Just follow my recipe in the description. Still, let's mix it all together the best we can. Really get in there. 2 spatulas again. If you're not using 2 spatulas, are you even griddling? I mean, what's the point? This is why we bought this thing, right? I know we sped it all up, but I think now I need a slow motion shot real quick just to make this worth it. Yeah. Okay, all the burners are turned off. Then the sesame oil, this is a finishing oil. I do not cook with the sesame oil. I just do it at the end to bring it all together. Really gives it that carry out, take out flavor that you're looking for. Again, do a really good job of tossing it all together. Make sure you coat every single grain of rice with this sesame oil and it gets all over the dish. Then we'll make it into kind of like an egg shape. Maybe that's like a guitar pick looking thing. At first we scrape it all in there, put it together, and then we just kind of cut in on the top. It's like, oh, it's a heart. Okay, well, I've seen better looking hearts than that. C+ work. But anyways, this recipe is in the description, like I said, or my ebook's on your screen. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and keep on griddling, friends.